Here are the highlights, 450. We'll start with heat number 1 here from Nashville, Tennessee's Nissan Stadium, and this was the moment. First lap, Cooper Webb goes down. Oh, yeah, Adam Cianciarulo. And can I point out quickly, or you guys point out, Adam Cianciarulo is not to blame for this. No. He had nowhere to go.
No, absolutely not. And Adam came up to him and said sorry, because he's been in that position. As a matter of fact, he was there last weekend with Justin Barcia. So it was just a racing incident. But what you didn't see before that all happened was Cooper making a pass on Eli.
Right.
And he was doing what I expected him to do, was, hey, get up, get aggressive. And, unfortunately, it went sideways for him.
Yeah. Eli Tomac gets a great jump off the line, and man, I'll tell you what.
Look at that form. Yeah. He has such good form leaving the gate. It's just like he's locked in. He's one with the motorcycle.
Yeah, and what's even more impressive, this guy used to struggle with starts. Years past. He used to struggle in a position, and this is Justin Barcia again, slam to the ground right there. It's definitely Bam Bam, and oh man, I hope he's all right.
Justin Barcia unable to finish the race as he's taken off. Winner of last week's race in New Jersey. And as the racing goes on, it was pretty clear that...
and I'm going to tell you what, that was when Ken Roczen gets by Justin Hill for third, but Ken got a little help, but because of the lappers. The lappers were tough because of the track here today. They just couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with the lappers, they're like, dude, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to survive as well. So, but you see right here, Chase making a pass and Eli backing off. Eli did exactly what he needed to do. It's a win for him. It's a win for Chase Sexton. And, hopefully he can continue that. 12 seconds. That's a nice big board to get right there.
Great gains for Chase Sexton. I mean, this was a tough racetrack to jump up and bite you, like we already talked about. He's been struggling with that bike all year. It's been no secret. He rode superbly today.
How great is it for him, James, looking forward to the last 2 events? He might not be able to get the title, but to be able to exercise those demons of, oh, he's out in front, he's going to throw this one away. He stayed out in front, kept the bike upright.
Yeah, it's important for him, and not only just for this, it's important for him moving in a few weeks when we go outside on there. And so it's all building up to that playoff, but Chase Sexton was #1 today.
Here are the results. Chase Sexton gets the win. Eli Tomac adds his lead. He is in second place. Ken Roczen in third. Good run for Colt Nichols in the top 5. Justin Hill top 5 with his brother finishing in 10th. So, Ricky, a lot of guys taking the opportunity to move up and show what they've learned throughout the season.
Right, and some guys probably moving up in the SMX playoff situation as well. So we're going to keep our eye on that as we wind up the Supercross portion.
After the race, Will Christian gets the comments from the winner.
And what a win it was, Todd. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you, Chase. We saw you fist pumping there before you'd even crossed the finish line. Clearly, this one meant a lot to you. It's a tough track out there. We obviously saw a few guys go out today. So what did you take away from this race to move forward here?
I just wanted to be consistent and hit my marks. Didn't get the best start, but I made my way up and saw Eli out front and just wanted to click as many good laps off and see if I could get close. And with the track being this kind of sketchy, it's hard to be out front the whole time. And for me, it allowed me to kind of see some different lines. And, man, that was a tough track. But I felt super smooth, really locked in, and I feel like I'm making big strides. So this one means a lot, and any win means a lot in this class. So stoked on today, and got to keep it rolling.
We can see it from the smile. Congratulations, Chase. Enjoy the win.
So now everyone wants to know, what do the points look like? Well, here you go. Chase Sexton now moves into second place, 18 points back of Eli Tomac. Cooper Webb still waiting for a result from what happened to him. Into the hospital now. He's 34 points down. We're just hoping he's going to be okay. Kenny Roczen in 4th. Justin Barcia also leaving with the Alpine Stars Medical Group in 5th. Wow, what a just brutal, brutal day for a lot of top flight riders, Ricky. That's the nature of the sport.
Unfortunately, it is, and what happened today, especially with Cooper Webb, I don't ever think like things like that are going to happen to a guy like Cooper Webb, and it did, and it happened so fast, and we talked about it, James talked about it. I mean, AC didn't mean to do that. I mean, it's so close. He exited the corner, and he ran into him, and unfortunately, when you go down, that you subject yourself to that, and I think he just got a little high. He was giving Eli a little bit of room, and he just got over the rut. The rest was history. James, you can walk it through us, but...
Yeah, he makes an aggressive pass on Eli, and Eli said he was running in a little deep to let him know. And then Cooper gets up there to Hayball. The track goes away from him, and AC can't see him. He hits him in the back, and it's the worst part for Cooper. He can't even brace himself, so he was not expecting that. And I think that's what that hit was. So at the end of the day, I was glad to see him actually kind of move around. We saw him some photos, so maybe hopefully it's not as bad as it looked at first. But the crazy part is we have both the motions, and you see Cooper Webb and the injuries and some of these guys getting hurt, but then you watch Hunter Lawrence, and that's why we do that stuff for, and that's why when you do win these championships, it's so much emotions into it, because Hunter's been in that same position many a times, and so for him to exercise those demons and get back up, that's why you do it.
That's right.
Well, Daniel Blair with more on the track. We talk about the track being a center, a focus of this, and there were a lot of very tricky sections, but he's got one in particular. Daniel.
Well, this track was brutal today, and it obviously played a role for everybody, starting with the first heat race all the way through that 450 main event, with it being slick and challenging. And got to remember, the weather was coming in, and even came in a little bit today in the afternoon, so you're thinking maybe it's going to be a mud race. But then it went away. The sun came out, and it got dry. I want to show you the Dragon's back. Take a look at this thing, and remember, this is an uphill whoop section. So we talk every week about how tough it is to blitz through the whoops with the edges and all the cups and the ledges. This one is going uphill, and the most cupped out one is the very top one, because that's the one they're getting that final drive off the double. So imagine coming around this corner wide open, having to commit to an uphill whoop section, hitting the hardest one at the top. Oh, and then you have the whoop section actually after that. So we saw the big crash from Justin Barcia. It just got so dry, so slick and cupped out that they started losing traction up the top. And if you didn't catch the top one just right, pitch you over the bars. So tough break for Justin Barcia. And for a lot of the guys that had trouble on this all day, even going back to qualifying. But tough set, and with the sun coming out and the conditions, made it that much more difficult for the riders today. So brutal track, but this was the toughest spot.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.